Alright, this is my first review. Just want to do a quick review of the new Vibram, what is the M3752 Komodo Sport LS from Vibram FiveFingers. This is just my quick review of them. Alright, so this is them. I've had them for about a month now. I've done probably about 120, maybe about 130 miles in them. Run through pretty much all the conditions out there, be that hot weather, rain, a couple occasions hail. Done it through mountains, side trails, road, asphalt, all that fun stuff. So just a quick overview. The main benefits of this shoe: flexible as all heck. As you can see, I can bend it. They're lightweight. They're a great training shoe for basically forefoot or barefoot running, and they're form-footing to basically fit any type of foot out there. All right, the pros and cons. Pros mainly are exactly what I just said. They're lightweight, they're flexible, you can really feel the ground. If you look at the bottom of these, as you can see, it really is shaped to your anatomical forefoot structure. There's not a whole lot of padding up here, which is why you could roll it up like so. I mean, this is as close as you're going to be able to get to just having basically a bare foot out there. One of the reasons I got this too was for this section right here. When you run over rocks and pebbles and stuff like that, it does kind of hurt, so this adds a little bit of protection support so you don't feel as much on it. Other great thing about this is you're just really a lot more aware of the ground that you're running over. They're really durable for the most part in wet and dry conditions. So that's mainly the positive stuff. Oh, other great thing about this too is they have this latch system, which is really great for adjustment purposes. If you really want a tight fit, you just draw the string up, roll it over, and it stays out of the way. Alright, so now to go on to the cons. My biggest complaint is this feature right here. As you can see, it has a footbed. It's a removable footbed. One sec here, trying to pull this out while holding the camera. Alright, this footbed doesn't really have a whole lot of support to it. Obviously, it's a barefoot shoe, so it's not supposed to. But this section right here is where I pay most important. It's slightly padded, so you do have a little bit of protection over your toes and the balls of your feet when you're running. Only problem that I've encountered, especially when I'm running over wet conditions or if it's a really hot day, this footbed likes to slide up over your foot. So when you have your feet down like this over the foot, as you're running, it tends to slide up and wrap itself back around your foot. Because it's a glove-like fit, it doesn't have anywhere to go. So you're running like this with the footbed wrapped around your feet, which then leaves your main feet to be running over this material in here, which I'm not sure. I'll try to get the camera in to see. It's not really that soft or comforting. You're running right on the plastic, and over a couple of miles it's really not that bad, but if you're trying to do distance running like I do, you're not going to be going too far with it. I average anywhere between 100 to 140 miles a month, so I'm in my shoes a lot. I was hurting probably after about mile 5 of having this wrapped around my foot. It just, your feet get torn up from the footbed on the inside when this gets out of place. I thought about just super gluing it down, but for the most part, it's just not worth it. Like I said, the other main problem too with these are, it could be because of the whole barefoot minimalist shoe structure. You're not really able to do quick responsive movements. What I mean by that is if you try to do quick pivot turns where you run and pivot, it's really hard to do in these shoes, where normal shoes will kind of give you a little bit of give when you slide on the ground. These won't. Like I said, they'll lock down, but they really won't allow you to have that twist. You really need to have good footwork and foot skills to do a quick point turn. They, as I said before, offer little no support for distance runs, which puts a lot of strain on your midfoot and your arches. So if you're not used to it, or if you don't follow the instructions that they give you in the book and have numerous warnings of how to do, you're going to be in for a really rough experience. These shoes I would not recommend to someone who is just getting into forefoot running. You're going to be in for a rude awakening. It's not forgiving. If you're a heel striker or any other type of running strike, you're going to be hurting. It's just hands down, you need to taper yourself into these shoes if you're just starting out with them. Probably the only other big thing I noticed with these shoes too, as I mentioned before, the traction. It's good on asphalt, it's good on tracks, and it's good on grippy type surfaces. But if it's any type of surface like wood or a smooth moss or really just even wet asphalt, you're not going to be getting much grip. You can feel your feet literally sliding underneath when you're striking the ground. I thought that was just, you know, a rare occurrence, but after running in the rain a couple times and running over some wet surfaces, and each time feeling like my foot is just literally sliding out, the traction is just not there. These shoes are not meant for wet surfaces or really smooth surfaces. You need to either run on dry ground or find some stiffer ground, like, you know, like grass or dirt or something like that to run in. So overall, like I said, I picked these up from REI. The whole reason I got them from REI, this is my little plug for them, is because if you don't like them, you go take them back, which is exactly what I'm going to go do here in the next 5-10 minutes. Like I said, if you like the whole barefoot running thing, yeah, they're a good shoe. They're comfortable for low miles. I mean, if you're doing just a 5K every day, yeah, you could do it. If you're doing anything over a 5K, if you're doing, I don't know, like I said, 10 miles plus, like I typically do, you cannot make these your primary training show. They're great for training because you do feel your individual toes and foot getting stronger. I noticed that in my skating, but you just can't. I can't foresee it being a primary shoe. There's a reason I don't think you see many pros running their marathons or 10Ks or 5Ks in these shoes. They're just not set up for it. Like I said, they're a great training tool, but I do not see them as primaries. Like for me, I'm taking them back, and I'm gonna go get my Brooks and make those my primary shoes again. So yeah, that's all. I just want to give a quick review for the Komodo Sport LS Vibram FiveFingers right here. Like I said, they're a decent shoe. Footbed's a main problem for me. Traction's pretty crappy, but other than that, it's a decent, comfortable shoe for the runner who's already been introduced to forefoot running, or for the person that doesn't mind making them their non-primary training shoe. Alright, that's all. Bye.